Reform, trial and election, the three agendas of interim government. Bangladesh set for the most beautiful election after 17 years, announces Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus at Chatham House speech. July Charter would be announced in July in consensus with all political parties, says Chief Advisor. Eid-ul-Azha economics surpasses 1 lakh crore taka remittance inflow in the first 3 working days of June, approximately 7.5 thousand crore taka. Eid return journey creates crowd in Chodulghat terminal and bus stations of the capital. Komlapur station relatively less crowded. Health Directorate introduces limited-scale corona screening following increase of infections in the country. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas asked Hamas to lay down arms alongside deployment of international forces in Gaza. And Brazil secure place in the World Cup, beating Paraguay 1-0. Argentina make 1-1 draw with Colombia. Assalamu alaikum. This is Shamim Khan, welcoming you all to News at 10. Those were the headlines. We now move on to the news in details. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus said the upcoming national elections will be the most beautiful in the country's history. He said this while speaking at the Royal Institute of International Affairs Chatham House in London today. The Chief Advisor said reform, justice and elections are the three main agendas of the interim government. He said that the July Charter will be announced next month based on consensus of political parties. Replying to a question, Professor Yunus said there is no way that he would be interested to be part of the next elected government.
We will have the most beautiful election we ever had in our history. And the time is right. People are ready. When you have an election after many, many years, after 17 years, you are having first time a real election. Excitement in the country that we will really go and cast our vote. In this meantime, with the 17 years, imagine all the young people who are coming to that voting age. They are piling up. They never had the opportunity to cast their first vote yet. So excitement of these young people that I will decide who do I vote for. These boys, girls who waited and waited and waited. Their voice never counted like many others, the rest of the nation. So that excitement we want to use and create what we call a new Bangladesh. Ultimate aim is to get all those recommendations where all the parties agree, put it in a separate piece of paper. This is where all the parties agree. And then we celebrate all the parties signed that agreement. We call it July Charter. And we are waiting for July to come next month. This charter will be presented to the nation, July Charter, and we celebrate. On this basis, now we'll have the election. That's how the election procedure was done. One is reform. Another is the trial of all the perpetrators of this. People disappeared every day, and nobody knew where they disappeared. Where did they end up their life? And horrible stories after stories. These are all documented now. So we have to find out why it happened, who did it, under whose orders. So we have to try them. So this is another agenda for us. Number 3 is the election. So this, we are talking about the election. So these three are responsible. It is a historical moment for us. If we can't do it now, we'll never do it. So we made us sure that this is the time. The history has given in a window.
The question-answer session was followed by his conversation at the Royal Institute of International Affairs, Chatham House. UK National Security Advisor Jonathan Powell called on Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus at his hotel in London today. During the meeting, they discussed issues of mutual interest. National Security Advisor Dr. Khalilur Rahman, Chief Advisor Special Envoy Lutfi Siddiqui, Principal Coordinator on SDG Affairs Lamia Morshid, Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam and Bangladesh High Commissioner to UK Abida Islam were present at the meeting, among others. Meanwhile, UK Secretary of State for Business and Trade and President of Board of Trade Jonathan Reynolds holds a meeting with Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus at the British Parliament. BNP Senior Joint Secretary General Ruhul Kabir Rizvi said, upcoming meeting between Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus and Acting BNP Chairman Tariq Rahman would bring good sign for democracy of Bangladesh. He made this comment at a press conference at BNP Central Office in New Bolton in the capital. The senior BNP leader said, this is an important meeting which would have positive outcome in democratic process of Bangladesh. Corona infections are on the rise in different countries across the world with discovery of new subvariants. Under this context, government stepped up precautions to prevent a rise of this virus. The Health Directorate increased surveillance in all ports and urged citizens to follow all health rules. Director General of Health Directorate Professor Dr. Muhammad Abu Jafar at a press conference today described overall corona situation and steps taken. He shared with journalists that amid upward trends, corona screening started in hospitals in a limited scale. Pilgrims started return journey towards home after performing Holy Hajj in Saudi Arabia. 2 flights of Biman Bangladesh Airlines landed at Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport carrying pilgrims on the second day of homecoming. Alongside Biman, Saudi Airlines and Flynas are also operating return Hajj flights. On Tuesday, the inaugural day of return flights, some 4,908 pilgrims returned home with 12 flights. Return Hajj flights will continue till 10th of July. Every year, Eid-ul-Azha generates significant financial transactions across various sectors such as livestock trading, transportation and leather industry. This year, the Eid economy surpassed 1 trillion taka, with major portion coming from sale of sacrificial animals, reviving the rural economy. In addition, the flow of remittances for the 3 working days of June, the country received $604 million in remittances, equivalent to around 7,429 crore taka. According to Bangladesh Tanners Association, around 60% of the country's total annual rawhide is collected during Eid-ul-Azha. However, economists note that due to lack of proper preservation, the full economic potential of Qurbani sector is not being realized. Data from Department of Livestock Services shows that 10.4 million animals were sacrificed during the last year's Eid, generating transactions worth Bangladesh taka 690 billion. That figure is expected to be exceeded this year. Economists believe Qurbani Eid positively impacts the national economy, especially in rural areas, and also contributes to boosting the country's GDP. People started returning to capital Dhaka after celebrating Eid festival with their loved ones in the native villages. However, as there are still a few days of vacation left, some are still leaving Dhaka today. Even on the 5th day of Eid and 3rd day of return journeys, the scene at Komlapur railway station remains largely unchanged. A festive mood still prevailing among the people. According to railway authorities, train services at Komlapur railway station are running normally for both inbound and outbound journeys. All trains are departing on schedule from Komlapur, with most of them carrying standing passengers due to high demand. However, return trains are comparatively less crowded. Those returning to Dhaka said that they are deliberately coming back early to avoid the crowd, expecting a heavier rush at the end of the week. A surge in returnees by the end of the holiday, especially on upcoming Friday, is expected. According to railway authorities, more than 70 trains operating daily, transporting between 65,000 to 70,000 passengers. Additional security measures have been taken at stations and on trains to ensure security during Eid period. Meanwhile, to prevent spread of COVID-19 from large crowds, railway authorities urge everyone to wear face masks. After celebrating Eid-ul-Azha, people from southern region of the country have begun returning to the capital. Many are choosing to travel by launch, which offers a more comfortable and traffic-free journey. Shodarghat launch terminal has become bustling with a heavy crowd of passengers. Despite the rising pressure of Eid holidaymakers, there is active monitoring of services and safety on launches, and law enforcement agencies are alert to maintain order. During the extended Eid-ul-Azha holidays, Dhaka has become significantly quieter. Seizing this opportunity, some people have come to the capital to meet the loved ones, seek medical treatment, or simply explore the city during its unusually relaxed days. Despite the rising number of passengers, most launches appear to be maintaining safety protocols and basic service standards. Government offices and institutions will reopen on 15th of June, and relevant authorities are prepared to manage the anticipated rush. Authorities said that the passenger pressure will increase further starting tomorrow. Considering the current pace of return, a major rush is expected within the next 24 hours. Although Eid holidays are still ongoing for a few more days, a crowd of returning passengers has already been observed at Gaptoli bus terminal, particularly from northern regions and neighboring districts of Dhaka. Passengers expressed satisfaction at being able to return to Dhaka comfortably. While there were some complaints regarding ticket prices during the outbound journey, no such issues were reported by passengers on the return trip. To ensure safe travel on highways, Bangladesh Army, police, and other law enforcement agencies are actively deployed. Authorities indicated that passenger pressure at bus stands and highways is likely to increase in the final days of the holiday. Now, international news.